what would be a must-have styling or hair care product to kind of keep your hair nourished, healthy, and great shine going into fall? Because I think that's going to be a big trend.
I'm 100% on board with your trend watch. I was just actually talking with everybody today, and I think we're moving away from that whole disheveled braid and that whole messy beachy waves, and we're going back to beautiful glam looks that are smooth and they're silky and they're touchable. So, like you were saying, you do need nourishment. That's the key ingredient that your hair is going to need, but you don't want it to be weighed down. You still want it to be feminine. You still want it to move and be touchable. You don't want it to look like, it's completely shellacked to your head. So,
Absolutely.
So Dove basically has just reformulated their Daily Moisture shampoo and conditioner.
Okay.
And basically, when I was testing it, the conditioner itself I thought was a lotion because it's so light and it distributes so evenly and perfectly through the hair. So that is something you can use on a day-to-day basis, and it actually makes your hair 5 times smoother. It's got a trisilicone complex in it that just absolutely blew my mind. And for your readers,
wow.
especially a price point like Dove and the name like Dove, you can it's just so nice to be able to stand behind a product that also does so much for young women.
Absolutely.
So, and I just feel like if you can empower women to love their own hair and not realize they have to go to a salon and spend $50 for a product that's not really going to do, even the same thing, to be honest, and everyone's just trying to get their upsell and things like that. And so I feel like if you can actually, reach them in a way that they're going to be able to kind of use the product and be able to find the product is the other thing, and Dove's around.
Yeah.
It's been around for years and it's been the best for years. So, it's one of those things that I think that, but sorry to not ramble, the Dove Daily Moisture Shampoo and Conditioner is going to be like the go-to for all of fall and into spring and summer next year as well. I imagine you can't really go wrong with it.
I think that's perfect. Especially, I'm really budget friendly. I like to give them things that are from the drugstore.
Excellent.
So that, like you said, I'm not pushing something on them that's $100 and they may end up not even liking it to begin with.
Well, and what also I feel when you get into those super high-end shampoos, they're also kind of just they're neither here nor there. They're all made for specific niches, and where Dove they can reach everybody, and it's one of those things where, and for all hair types, it's just they have the formulations to do it. They have the best chemists, and that's basically all there is to it. You can't really be in a boutique company and try to compete with somebody like Dove who's been around this long, with the products they have.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And then, so going into fall, so we're getting out of the whole messy updo, which personally makes me cringe.
Yep.
And the beachy wave. What kind of hairstyles can we look at going into the fall? I know I've been seeing on, like, the Dior runway and things like that, like the sleek, wet, not wet, but almost wet look, and braids, but more like a film noir.
Yes. Yeah.
Can we expect that going into fall? Is that going to be what the trend is this season?
I mean, it's hard to find. Sometimes it's really hard to find a lot of hair trends from the runways, just because I don't know if anyone's going to be shellacking their hair and trying to wear a wet look per se. It's beautiful in an androgynous sort of way. So, I mean, if you're going to wear your boyfriend jeans and like a little leather jacket, you might be able to pull it off, but you can't wear like a beautiful feminine outfit and have your hair just looking like it's just goods down. So, there's going to be a happy medium of the two. I mean, I'm looking more forward to getting rid of the flat iron and trying to embrace back the hot rollers and the Velcro rollers and trying to bring, I mean, so do I. And I just feel, especially with, different demographics, especially in age, young women especially think of rollers and hot rollers as something that only my grandma uses and things like that, but it's just so not true. And it's really almost every photo shoot we do, we're setting all our celebrities in rollers again, and it's just creating such a feminine look. And if every girl walked down the street with Veronica Late, Jessica Rabbit type hair, I mean, you can't tell me everybody would just stun. The whole city would stop. So, I'm going to be embracing a lot more of that kind of feel, like the big, instead of like the beachy waves that are all messy, I want to do like the beautiful waterfalling cascade type of feel. And if I'm going to do a braid, I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm loving the waterfall braids and like the really loose braids that are big and you can kind of like let pieces like hang out of them.
Yeah.
More Game of Thronesy type of thing, with the one girl that has her hair in there with those big, beautiful put together braids.
Perfect. And now, with the hot rollers and the flat iron, would you say that hot rollers, I tend not to flat iron my hair as much because of the damage that it's doing.
Yeah.
Is using hot rollers doing the same damage, or is it more healthy for your hair?
No, yeah, nowhere near. There's no. I mean, if the hot roller got up to 450 degrees and you were trying to wrap that in your hands, your fingers would be burnt off. So that's the thing. And usually with most hot rollers, they've got the felt on them, which is what heats up, and that felt makes your hair just so much softer. And it's because you're wrapping it in, around a certain thing that's soft that also promotes, your hair to be soft. It's not like you've got two metal plates that you're smashing together and dragging down through your hair.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel that if you can always wrap your hair around something beautiful that's going to make it look amazing, that's the best way to do it. Even, wrapping them around rags is going to be fantastic. If you want more of like that beachy, tousled kind of Victoria's Secret-y big hair, you could almost wrap them in, like around socks. Just tie your hair in a bunch of little sections in socks and go to sleep, so that when you wake up.
That's actually perfect.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be.
I'm in Jersey. We love our big hair.
There you go. Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm right in the city, right here across from you. So. But yeah, I think because you definitely still want to have volume, for sure. But,
yeah.
But we want to do it in a way now that's going to get sophisticated again. I feel like women have been trying to do that rock and roll boho downtown chic thing for so long that it's like, okay, let's get rid of let's get the blues and the purples out of our hair, and let's go back to looking like beautiful women and embracing our natural our naturalness again.
I am completely on board with the messy look just going away.
Yep, I'm kind of there with you.
And then I think my last question is probably on the same lines as volume, and I have really stringy, straight hair.
Okay.
And I can't, it takes me forever. I have to add, a texturizing spray to get any kind of volume.
Okay.
Is there any kind of blow-drying tips, or would the hot rollers or the socks be something that would just add that volume on its own?
Yeah, I mean, I would say using something, when you blow dry your hair, make sure, are you blow drying your hair from always like root to ends? And do you flip your head over when you blow dry it? I
actually just started flipping it over. I read somewhere, and so I'm kind of getting more of the volume. I wasn't, and it was just flat to my head.
Yeah, okay, so that's a good start, because instantly, I mean, if you feel like your hair is very flat to your head, right when you get out of the shower, you have to make sure to get your fingers into your scalp, especially on top of your head, and pick your roots up off of your scalp, because if they start drying in any direction, flat, it's really hard to get them from stop doing that. So, right away, really get in there and finger through your hair, through your scalp, right when you get out of the shower. And then basically you can, when you flip your head over, just make sure that you're still blowing your hair from roots to ends. And you're not just taking the blow dryer and sticking it straight up, like straight back up, because that's going to cause your hair to get big and frizz, which then you're going to have to also, do another styling step, whether it be a brush or a curling iron or something, to try to retame the frizz. And you might actually even have to add another product that you wouldn't have had to if you just kind of would have blown your hair out a little smoother. So just try to be very cautious and thoughtful in which direction your cuticle's laying, because it always wants to lay down the hair shaft.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of that weird thing. You kind of have to flip your head upside down and use your dryer almost like behind you type of thing to blow your hair, because you don't want to flip it back up and have your hair blowing into a big mess.
That sounds perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem. Yeah, and then also if you need anything else, you can just go to dove.com/greathairaffair, and we're actually giving away a ton of things right now in case your viewers want to upload some pictures of themselves. We're giving away a ton of things for them as well. Just so the website's always a great place that you can always find any more tips and things like that.
Okay, perfect. I'll definitely share that with all of my readers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Angela. It was great speaking with you.
You too. You have a good day.
You too.